Hello everybody, this is Jason Hammond, the Science Outreach Manager and the Life Science Educator here at the Children's Museum Houston. I am inside the Inventor's Workshop and I'm going to show you a fun aerodynamics activity brought to you by the W.T. and Louise J. Moran Foundation, and it's an activity that demonstrates the Magnus Effect. And a lot of you probably know the Magnus Effect without actually knowing the term, because I bet there's a lot of baseball fans out there. I mean, the Houston Astros, they won the World Series in 2017. I'm sure there's a lot more baseball fans than there even used to be. I'm a huge baseball fan. And the reason why I'm talking baseball so much is because of the pitcher. Now, we all have heard of a pitcher before. The guy on the mound throwing the ball to the batter, right? There are so many different pitches that the pitcher can do. They can do a fastball, they can do a slider, they can do a curveball. And when a pitcher throws a curveball, they give the ball topspin. And that topspin actually demonstrates the Magnus Effect. What happens is, as the ball is moving around, as it gets close to the plate, which only takes a few seconds, actually a fraction of a second, it appears to drop. And that's because when they first give it the top spin, there's enough movement on the top of the ball that the ball is getting a bit of lift, an aerodynamic principle. But as it's spinning, and it's also because it's in a circular motion, it's creating this whirlpool effect so that eventually it's actually, the air is moving faster underneath, so it's being pushed down. And if you have a good curveball, you can really fool a batter. There's this really wild pitch called the ephus pitch, where it starts off really high, like almost like here high, and then it drops all the way down like that. It's a very difficult pitch to do, and it really fools batters. Now, this isn't to say, oh, you should run out and grab baseballs and start throwing curveballs. It's a really, really hard pitch to learn. It's also hard on your elbow. But if you want to, be good at it. There's another way we can demonstrate the Magnus Effect. We can make what's called a Magnus Glider. As you can see, it's a cylindrical shaped airfoil. And all you need to do is make a rubber band chain, grab the airfoil, wrap the rubber band chain around it, and then if you flick your wrist correctly, you can demonstrate the same effect as throwing a curveball. That's what's cool about the Magnus Effect. It's an observable effect. Lots of the times we have gravity, let's say. We can't really observe it unless we throw something up and it falls on the ground. But in a big scale, like the sun is pulling the earth around its gravity, and we don't really see that effect. This is an effect that you can always see. Now, it's really simple to make this. You just need 2 foam cups. You want something that's light. You do not want something that's heavy. You put the foam cups together, grab some masking tape, and you can see what I did. I just attached it around. Now, to make the rubber band chain, you want these thin-like rubber bands, something like this. And it's real simple. You just grab 2 rubber bands, put one inside the other, put one in through the loop, and then pull together. And you get that little knot there, and you're good to go. So it's a really simple little glider to make. Like I said, it's called a Magnus Glider. It's really simple to make, but it's a cool effect. Now, my Magnus Glider is kind of boring. One thing I would really encourage you to do is to decorate your Magnus Glider. You know, write some words on it, put some pictures on it, color the whole thing so it looks cool. Also, so that it's unique to you, okay? It's really interesting. Now, when you actually make the Magnus Glider fly, you're gonna have to practice. It's not something that's easy to get used to at first. It takes a minute. So what we're gonna go do right now is we're gonna go to the top of some stairs in the grand staircase of the museum, and I'm gonna show you how it flies. But then you're gonna have to get used to how it flies by using your wrists correctly and all of that. It takes just a couple of minutes to get used to it, but once you do, you can fly it over and over and over and over again. Okay, let's go fly. I'm at the top of the grand staircase here at the Children's Museum to demonstrate how this Magnus Glider flies. Remember, I made that rubber band chain and I wrapped it around the Magnus Glider, and I have one loop attached to my finger. And all you gotta do is just grab it and go like that. And there it goes, coming right to the camera. That's amazing. The higher you are, the better it's gonna fly. So if you can get to the top of a staircase at your school, like at the second floor, and let them go, or if you're in an apartment building, you can get to the second floor, it'll fly so much better. That was a pretty cool little glider effect, wasn't it? And you could see that effect. You could see that it kind of buffeted up, and then as it got further and further down the staircase, it started to drop down. So it's the same idea as that curveball. What's really cool is if it, say, hits something, it won't necessarily stop its motion like the first law of motion says it would. It just kind of bats it off and it keeps on going. So it's pretty cool that way. Thank you once again for joining me. If you are watching this video on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. We would like you to see all the videos that we have to offer. Also, if you are doing this and you want to show off your aerodynamic skill, take a picture. On our website, you can post this to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the social medias. It's really great. And we would love to see what you're doing, not just having you watch us, we'd love to see that you can do these things that we do. With that, I'm going to say goodbye for now. I hope you're having a great day. I do hope to see you soon. Take it easy, y'all.